how do we, I guess, how do we in Boise, Idaho, how do we like, how do we deal with that? Like, do we, like, what would you suggest or we do?
Yeah.
Like, for what can we do?
It's hard because there's this anger, but the thing that kind of compounds that and makes it worse is the helplessness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because in so many instances when you feel a lot of anger, there's something that you can do. You can start taking steps to rectify it. But a lot of this is completely out of our control. So what I try to do is look to the things in my life that I can control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can control the way that I spend my day. I can stay healthy. I can I can control the outlets that I have. I can, you know, there are these things that I can focus on, that I can control, but it's really difficult. And a lot of people, I think, don't even necessarily realize how angry they are until they realize that, like, maybe they...
Well, and at some point, you're going to probably get numb or avoid it when it comes to all this sort of stuff. And so I think part of that is that balance of, because I know you're a lot more into this on the regular than, say, like I am. And part of that has to do with my consumption of it really fucks with my spirit and my, like, attitude and the way I feel about being in the world. And, like, I know that that's something that I think we all have to be a little bit mindful of, but I also am realizing more and more that I can't just, like, I can't ignore it.
Right.
It isn't wise for me to just completely ignore it, because there's certain information and maybe certain strategies and things that I need to do in order to better, like, set myself up to begin to deal with the stuff as it comes at me, because they're probably, those are the only ways I'm going to know, like, what I need to do, because right now it's just about harm reduction.
Right.
Like, what's something I can do to reduce the likelihood of this, that, or the other, knowing that still all this other crap is going to impact me in some way. So it seems like being mindful of consumption, one, make sure you are consuming information about what is happening politically and locally as well as nationally, but being mindful about, like, how much that is, how much you take in, how you take it in. But I think also is, like, what do you do with that? So I think part of it too is being able to have conversations with other people, so it doesn't just stick inside of us, you know. So being able to talk with other trans and non-binary folks or others who really can listen and hear to kind of, like, where you're at, and maybe even reflect back that they're having a similar experience, so that we don't feel so isolated in what we're going through. I mean, I think